Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of the 100 Village Kingdom. As you can hear, we have some spiders lurking nearby, it seems. But before we deal with them at all, we are going to be falling down to collect all this coal. Let's go ahead and plug this up. And collect our coal. Now, just as soon as it gets light outside, we will be moving on in our continuing search to find our first village. And a good spot to set up a capital for our kingdom. I must say I'm really looking forward to the challenge. I have made a few NPC villages in the past, but it's usually only been 1 or 2 in a game. And usually only because the villages I found were just simply too inconvenient for training purposes to go all that way for them. This is definitely going to be quite the endeavor. See if there's anything back here of interest. Nothing visible. So we got a few minutes to do a little bit of shallow mining here. See if we get lucky, find either some more coal, maybe a little iron. Something of that sort in a relatively safe area. We will be acquiring iron and other resources, of course, as we go along. But until we find the spot that we're going to set up permanently, I'm going to be avoiding spelunking and other such activities that would have a high fatality rate associated with them if they go bad. Let's see, we have a... Go ahead and use our wood pick for a moment. Wear those out a bit. I don't hear anything like monsters down here, which is unusual. They should have been spawning considering how close this was to us. And some iron over there. And some iron here. Nice. Now I'm probably going to regret this, but... And monsters down there. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Let's make sure we don't have any uninvited guests coming from this direction at the very least. I think up here. Seal off this little section up here, and we should be safe to take a few minutes and go collect all that iron. Ah, and this one's an actual dead end. Nice. So now we can, or should be able to, safely harvest all this iron. Grab this coal over here. And it should definitely be daylight out by the time we finish clearing these nodes of ore out. Well, this was definitely a very profitable shallow dig. Expend a few extra torches here, just make sure a creeper doesn't pop in behind us at the last minute. Just go ahead and cap out that water. And let's set up, shall we? We need a little more food. Let's go ahead and work on the steaks. Only have a couple of the cooked steaks. That'll free up some inventory. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Please die quickly. And let's eat real quick. Do not want to be running around out here without armor on, the way the low health on top of it. And a few more volunteers for our emergency military food supply. And it's a booby trap. It would appear the pigs were bait to lure me in. Exactly 32 pork. You get to live, pig. We are going to be needing a lot of ores. So it's tempting to head for those mountains over there. But it's unlikely there'll be a village nearby. Quite a few pigs over there. It's a pig-rich environment. Alright. Well, we'll go for 40 pork chops. And we'll take one of these cows. Of course, it gives us one extra steak, just so we'll have to try for more. Skeleton in the shadows. Give me your bones. Alright. Got some saplings. I think we'll go ahead and harvest up these reeds. collect some more pork chops. This whole place is riddled with caves. Spelunking Dream. 48 pork chops. And plenty of pigs everywhere I look. More pigs. More pigs. And finally, we have found some sheep. We can actually make a bed. Need one more piece of wool. That would be you. A few more sheep. Bit of marshland. Let's go ahead and harvest up these trees. And put a hidey hole right there, so we have somewhere safe to smelt our ores down in. Sure, there's no wood branches lurking up in here. Seem not. So. Go ahead and use up the last of our wood picks. Now let's go collect our saplings real quick. Maybe an apple has fallen as well from that one up here. Neither an apple nor many saplings. Sun is getting close to setting. Let's go ahead and seal this up a bit. Put a door on it for the moment, since this patio we're going to actually probably use 2 days in a row. Make ourselves our first furnace. Oh, second furnace actually for the game. First furnace for this building. Toss in the coal. Smelt the iron actually. While we go back to digging a bit and using up this wood pick. Oh, I hear slimes. Now let's turn that music down just a tad bit more. And go ahead and make use of our bed now. Or in a moment. I do want to finish widening this out a tad. And it seems that Enderman is having fun. I didn't look at you. Go away. Get our shears so we can collect some more. And let's see about making some basic armor. Well, while the rest of that smelts, yes, my sword, however, is wearing out. So let's make ours an iron sword. So as soon as that goes, we'll have something a little more painful to present to our enemies. Collect a bit more wool here, so we have the option of making additional beds if we want to bed down for the night somewhere else. Quite a few sheep down here, quite a few brown mushrooms. Well, I'm going to chop down a couple of more trees. Then we will head up to our hidey hole, collect the rest of our iron, get an early start on bedtime, and a fresh start tomorrow on heading out to look for our village. One more, I think. One more. Just about put us at a full stack of logs. quite enough supply. Ah, and jungle over that way. Pretty expansive swamp. It would appear that in addition to being abundant in sheep, this particular swamp was also abundant with highly energetic and friendly slimes. "13 slime balls, a little XP, some more sheep, which we will clip real quickly. Just the white ones, of course. Don't want to load inventory out with 2 or 3 of this or 2 or 3 of that for the grays and the blacks. Get our errand XP orb there. Just in case we decide we want to come back here, let's make this as easy to find as possible for this location. And since we are starting to run low on inventory space, or out of inventory space, let's see what we can dash here in a chest to either come back for later or just leave as emergency supplies. Let's see. We can leave a bit of this, these. 3 leather is nice, but not nice enough to carry around if we're tight. But it is enough for a bookshelf. The arrows will leave. Let's get that meat tossed in to start cooking. I think that will just about do it. Bones we'll probably want to keep with us in case we run into wolves. The oak saplings we can leave behind. Trees are not usually that difficult to find. Let's see. And the pumpkin we'll take with us. Sometimes pumpkins are really abundant, and other times I've spent days playing the game and never found a pumpkin. So, well, I'm going to let our meat cook. So I will be bringing you all back for episode 3. Thank you for watching it. And I look forward to seeing you all back for the next one. Goodbye.